All right, y'all. Welcome to Street Church. Congregation, come on in. And for first time visitors, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, y'all. Listen, let me just say this to start off, because this is where I'm going, okay? I got a video I'm gonna do about a Republican. But let me say this. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. I consider myself a theocrat. That is someone who believes in God's law, right? Um, And whatever God you believe in, if you believe in the laws of God, if your beliefs and your ideology in the God you serve, if that is who who you go to before anything, first and foremost, then you are theocratic. And me, my God, and I believe that His Word is the Holy Bible. I'm a Christian, follower of Christ. And I believe that the Bible is the Word of God. I believe that the God who I believe in, that's His Word, inspired. It says in the Bible, all things are inspired by God. I believe that the Bible was inspired by God, and it is profitable for uh, research, reproof, um, and it is profitable to do the works, the good works in all things, right? And I'm paraphrasing, but if you read it, it will tell you that the Bible is the inspired word of God. Anyway, that being said, I don't have no skin in the game when it comes to these two parties that exist in the United States of America when it comes to Democratic or Republican. So I'm gonna report it on both sides, and this one right here needs to be reported. It is about State House Representative Maddock. Right now, let me give you something on this. Now, this man, before I go into his little mishap, another mishap with him, uh, he is the State House Representative Republican on the Republican side in Michigan, in the state of Michigan. So he is a Michigan state lawmaker here. Okay, so the laws getting made in Michigan, he's responsible, right, and accountable. So that makes him accountable as a leader and an influencer for his what he thinks, says, and does in the state of Michigan as a lawmaker for the state of Michigan. That being said, here's some things that stuck out with me when I went to go look into this person as a lawmaker for the state of Michigan. He's been ousted recently from the House Republican caucus, right? He can still vote. He can still keep his office as a state house representative and his committee assignments, but they have ousted him from closed door meetings as it pertains to House Republican caucus gatherings, right? Which is probably the most intimate and strategic time to be involved with your party. He's been ousted from having that ability to do that. So, how can you really be a lawmaker in the state of Michigan if your own team done ousted you because you're not a team player? You don't work well with your colleagues for whatever reasons. Now, he's been accused of going against the grain when it comes to the election situation of some of his colleagues, right? Meaning he tried to go against them when it came time for them to be elected or reelected. Now, I'm going to point out something else about him. He was endorsed by Donald Trump. At this point, especially when I give you this new information, I think that endorsement should be snatched from Donald Trump because he just seems a little too. He just don't seem like he's balanced, right? And it seems like he doesn't do his due diligence, which makes him not a very effective or impactful lawmaker for this state or any other state. But definitely, I don't see him. I have to go look more into some of the things that he's tried to stand behind as far as the laws, like bills and things or whatever, has what he stood for, like what he says he stands for, right? I would have to look into that more before I made a real final decision on my position with him, like as far as Trump not endorsing him anymore. But at this point, from the little things that I did read, it just looks like this was a bad endorsement. This was a misfire, Donald, and you need to uh, get away from him, Mr. Trump, uh, immediately. Yeah, you need to distance yourself. Also, his wife, Mashawn Maddock, uh, she is the former Michigan RNC, okay? Like for this chapter, like the Michigan chapter of the RNC, right? She was like co-chair. She is one of the 15 Republicans facing 8 criminal charges on accusations of acting as fake electors for President Trump in 2020. Uh, all 15, it seems, have pled not guilty, right? Including her, out of the 15 Republicans facing 8 criminal charges on these accusations. So that's questionable, and see what I'm saying? Not a good look, right? Not a good indicator, not giving me any good vibes right there. So anyway, that to being said, because I'm trying to give you a backdrop, right, on this guy, and this is why I'm saying all of this. I'm saying this to say that recently, just recently, couple days or even the other day or so, he goes on his social platforms to say a bus, a couple buses that he saw at an airport next to a plane from the company Allegiant, right? This is a plane company, right? Airplane company named Allegiant. He sees some buses, right? And he automatically says that the people on this bus and this airplane is involved in illegal invaders. No due diligence. He had no idea who they were. He just said it. He just profiled them and labeled them that. Come to find out, these people are the staff and the team members from the Gonzaga men's basketball team. That's who they were. They were coming here to Detroit for basketball. So all of this I said previously is to give you a backdrop on this guy. And to let you know why I'm even doing this video. You were wrong. You were out of line. You did it, it was distasteful. It was without tact. You didn't do your due diligence. You probably wasn't even there to be calling that out. And if you was there looking for that, then you just looking for trouble. Meaning you're not a problem solver, you're an instigator. And you need to be somewhere writing laws, writing something into law that will cause change in the migrations in Michigan. That fair and legal asylum will be carried out and processed properly, and that there will be better patrol, protection, and processing for illegal migration into Michigan. But that is the only thing that you should be doing. You should not be a crap starter and looking to gaslight, because that post sounds like you're gaslighting. And you tried to be flippant and flamboyant, and it came off as dumb and miscalculating and someone who doesn't do their due diligence. And so that, for those reasons, it causes me to think you're not a good lawmaker. You should not be a state house representative. You shouldn't be representing the Republicans, Democrats, and you should not be representing me as a Michigan resident, because it's foolishness. At least you could have did your due diligence and actually, this is what you could have did. You could have walked up to the buses, seen who it was, seen who they were, video of them, you know what I'm saying, you talking to them and getting to know who they were. And then you could have greeted them accordingly, welcomely. Hey, welcome. We got Gonzaga here. You know? But all of that was destroyed because of rash decision making on your part. Looking for a moment to go public with something that was mistaken and miscalculated. And I'm doing nice because in the thumbnail I said you did it by mistake. But really what I should say, you did it by misstepping, overstepping, and misprofiling. And that's a problem. That's a problem for you being a representative of the lawmaking that goes on in Michigan. So your reelection is not looking bright. It's not looking bright. It's not looking bright. And that's sad, because even though I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, I believe what I hear from the Republicans most of the times is sound thinking, sound policy. For the most part. And so it's sad that you are staying on that. And you need to tighten up. You need to get it together. If you see this State House Representative Republican Maddock, you need to get it together. You're doing nothing but hurting the Republicans as a whole. And yeah, that's it. So listen, ain't too much else to be said. Rep Maddock, this is a resident of Michigan telling you to get it all the way together. Tighten that up. Shape up. And don't let your ideologies become your idiocies. Okay? Don't let your ideologies become your idiocy. On that note, y'all, this is Street Church. We're going to lay it all out over here. I'm finna let the congregation out. God bless.